Welcome everyone to my channel, Alien Diamonds. This week marks my year anniversary of diamond painting. Can't remember if it was the 4th or the 5th of September, but it was sometime around that. And I thought it would be really fun to go over just like a year of stats, specifically my first year ever diamond painting. And then I'll show you around my house because most of my diamond paintings are hanging up. So I'll show you everything that's hanging up, and I'll show you everything that I haven't gotten around to hanging up. I think it'll be fun. So, hopefully you enjoy. So before I start showing you graphs or anything, I think the first thing to mention is that of the 365 days that are in a year, I diamond painted for 348 of those. So, most days. That's a pretty good habit. I've enjoyed this hobby a lot. The longest that I ever diamond painted in a single day happened to be December 28th of 2024, where I diamond painted for 7 hours and 17 minutes, and I specifically remember this day because a bunch of my family was in town for Christmas and New Year's, and I convinced, like, all of my sisters and, like, my cousin and my mom to diamond paint with me. So I pulled out some little, like, plant magnet diamond paintings that I got off Amazon, and passed those out to everyone else, and then was working on my own diamond painting. Pretty much, like, the whole day we were doing that. And that was so much fun. I loved that. So now to talk about finishes. Now I'm going to say a whole number, and you might be shocked, but let me explain everything. So I did finish a total of 76 diamond paintings, which is, that's a big number. I know, like, that may seem massive. Some caveats to that is that I include, like, mini projects. Like this, that counts as a finish to me. Even, like, off-canvas projects, like coasters, magnets, that whole set counts as a single finish for me. I also do a lot of small diamond paintings, so to break down even further my finishes, 20 of those were snack size, so for me that's anything less than 10,000 drills. 38 were small. Again, for me, that's between 10,000 and 20,000 drills. Counts as small. 12 were medium. 4 were large, and then 2 were massive. So most of the kits, most of the projects that I finished, have been either small or snack size. Literally half of the ones I finished have been small. And those are like 30 by 40 size, so that's how I managed to get all of these done. Of those 76 finishes, 56 of them were round, and only 20 of them were square. Most of the kits I've gotten from Amazon, it's really hard to find quality square diamond paintings off of Amazon, so that's kind of why that is like that. I do really enjoy doing squares, though. And now I'm going to show you some graphs of my finishes. So they are color-coded by size. You can look at the legend. You'll see that the month that I diamond painted the most, like, finished the most diamond paintings, was April of 2025, in which I finished 9 whole diamond paintings. And then the months that I finished the least were November of 2024, when I finished 4, and then August of 2025, just this past month, when I also finished 4. I would say I would consider November to be the least, just because that was 3 smalls and a medium, whereas August was 3 smalls and a large. So I'm pretty sure I did more drills in August than I did in November. But technically only 4 finishes for both of them. And now just to get into a little more detail about each of those months, I will show you my number of hours done and my number of drills placed. So in total, I have diamond painted for 960 hours and 23 minutes, and I have placed 1,358,363 drills. That is a lot. I feel like 1 million in a year is a lot. I know that a lot of diamond painters and YouTubers are starting to actually calculate their, like, drills placed. So I'm curious to see come, like, January, when most people are doing, like, their year-end reviews, like, where most people sit at, like, how many drills they place in a year. I love that kind of math. Now, if you're looking at the graphs on the screen, you'll see that there are blue lines and red lines. So the blue lines for both the hours and the drills placed, that is only if we are looking at how many hours were done on my finishes and how many drills were in my finishes. Obviously, there were work in progresses that would carry over from month to month, so that's what the red is. It's just like a calculated, based on like how many hours I worked on a specific project and how like quickly I was doing that project and like how many sections there were total and how many sections were finished. Just like an estimate of how many drills I did on those whips between months. So that's why there's the discrepancy. So blue is just the finishes, red is like the calculated number doing some math stuff. So the month that I diamond painted the longest, and also the month that I placed the most drills, was in May of 2025. I diamond painted for 100 hours and 43 minutes. I'm pretty sure that was the month I finished Plant Delivery, which is a massive canvas from UA Art, from Diamond Art Club. And I placed 172,761 drills that month. That's a lot. I was just killing it that month. Since then, I have really slowed down this past summer. The month that I diamond painted the least hours was June of 2025, in which I only diamond painted for 55 hours and 29 minutes, which is still a decent amount. Like, that's more than an hour a day, on average. But the month that I diamond painted, like, placed the least drills was November of 2024, when I only placed 58,429 drills. So, like, less than half of, like, my max drills that I've placed in a month. Moving on to budget. So this one, I have it split into like my accessory costs and my diamond painting costs. So over the past year, I've spent a total of $1,115.01 on diamond paintings, and that includes shipping and tax in it. So both diamond paintings and in accessory costs. The month I've spent the most was in May of 2025, in which I spent $311.97. And the month I spent the least was in August of 2025, just this past month, in which I only spent $53.93. Looking at my graph, you can see that I spent a ton proportionally on accessories in September of last year. When I first started diamond painting, I went crazy buying a bunch of storage, a bunch of like extra drills. Obviously I needed a pen and like nice trays. So like that's where that huge chunk of money goes. And then the month I spent the most on diamond paintings was also in May. I think I bought I'm pretty sure that's when I bought 3 different things from like diamond paintings from Diamond Art Club. I normally try to limit it to 1 from Diamond Art Club a month, if I even get any. So I'm pretty sure I bought 3 that month, because right at the end of the month was when they had their anniversary sale, if I'm remembering correctly. Either way, that leads us into my stash. So as you can see, my stash I'd kept it pretty low for like the first 6 months or something that I was diamond painting, 6, 7. It was like all below 20. And then February was the first time that I bought anything from Diamond Art Club. And then come April and May, you'll see that everything went up a lot, because that's when I started getting worried about tariffs. I think all of us were scared about tariffs. And I was like, I want to have at least a 6 to 12 month supply of diamond paintings in my stash. I'm trying to keep it around that number, but like right now my stash is at 57, which is within that range, considering, I normally complete 5 or 6 diamond paintings a month. Obviously it varies, but I think 57 is a good number. And I decided to try to do that in April and May, when I started being worried about the tariffs, because I was like, I don't want to suddenly not be able to get more diamond paintings and just run out super fast. So, and then on top of what I was buying, I was also being gifted stuff. Then as far as round and square, again, I have way more rounds in my stash than squares. I have 48 rounds and only 9 squares. Really quick, some stats about some specific diamond paintings. So the largest diamond painting I've ever done is Plant Delivery by UA Art from Diamond Art Club. It is a 69.9 by 126.9 centimeter canvas with 143,310 drills. That also happens to be the diamond painting that has taken me the longest, unsurprisingly, at 79 hours and 19 minutes. The smallest diamond painting I have ever done is Ghibli Chibis. I actually had to count the drills on this one because they didn't have it listed on the website, but it wasn't too hard to count because there are only 590 drills, give or take 10 or so. I was counting them in my hand, so I don't know. It might not be perfect. And that one also was the shortest, took the shortest time at only 36 minutes. The quickest diamond painting I've ever done, so that's looking at how many drills per hour that I placed, was Red Dinosaur, which was a kit I got from Amazon and did for my 3-year-old son. And that one, I had drills per hour were 2,784. Normally I'm sitting around 2,000 drills per hour, like on average. Or like it's like 1,800 to 2,000 drills per hour. So that one was very fast. I had a lot of color blocking. It was really fun to do. The slowest that I've ever done a diamond painting is with Space Edition from Paint Gem. I was doing that while out and about. You know, it's a mini set, so it was generally kind of distracted while working on it. And that one came in at 574 drills per hour. My absolute favorite diamond painting that I've done this past year has been the Color-Filled Planets, which is a kit I got from Amazon, and I only did it a month or two ago, and it's gorgeous. I do want more from this like seller on Amazon, but the shipping on them is kind of pricey, so we'll see when that happens. My least favorite diamond painting that I've done is actually going to be 5. It was originally a set of 6. I gave away one of them, and that is all of my abstract landscapes. I've complained about these in previous videos. They were one of the first sets that I ever bought, and I just didn't know what I liked diamond painting at that point. But now, actually moving on to showing you some of, well, all of my diamond paintings. There are some diamond paintings that I've given away, like I finished them and then given them away as presents. I'll try to insert pictures of them in this video if I remember, but if not, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start with just diamond paintings that I haven't hung up yet, and then you will get to see all the walls of my house that happen to have diamond paintings on them, because there's a lot that are hung up. None of these are going in a particular order. They just happen to be what I pulled them out, because these are ones that I haven't gone around to hanging yet. So the first one we've got here is actually my favorite diamond painting that I've done so far, the Color-Filled Planets. So I finished this one on July 31st, and it was my 71st finish of all time. I love it so much. I need to hang it up. Next here, we've got one of my custom diamond paintings that I did. So this I call Chasing Cars. It's got the lyrics to Chasing Cars on it. I made it to do with my sister, so I made her a version and then I made myself one. I finished this on June 20th, and it was my 59th finish of all time. And then right here, we've got my 58th finish all time that I finished on June 7th. And this was a birthday present from my younger sister. Next, we've got, I believe, the first full-size Diamond Art Club one that I've done. It's Avatar Aang. I love Avatar, always have. This was my 34th finish all the time, and I finished it on May 9th of 2025. And this here is actually my most recent finish. So this is my 76th finish, and I finished it on August 30th. I love this one. Next up, we've got some minis. So this one was also a custom that I made. It was my 63rd finish of all time, and I finished it on June 28th. Now we've got some from Diamond Delights. Serene Forest Spirit was my 61st finish of all time, finished on June 25th. Ghibli Chibis were my 70th finish, finished on July 30th. The Chew Forest Spirit Cutie was my 49th finish, finished on April 28th. And the Faceless Cutie I finished July 20th, and it was my 68th finish of all time. Now we've just got these space coasters. I do not use as coasters, but they're going to blend in with my background. I'm so sorry. These were my 22nd finish of all time, finished on January 5th. They didn't turn out nearly as well as I was hoping they would. I like this one a lot. That's probably like the only one I actually like. And in this box we've got a mix of stuff. So to start off with some mini dazzles. We've got the veggie set. The veggies ones here on top were my 45th finish of all time, finished on April 25th. And then the drinks mini dazzles were finished on May 18th and were my 53rd finish of all time. And then we've got all these pastries, which were from the seller Peak Love on Amazon. And they were my 57th finish of all time, finished on May 31st. They're so cute. I wish I owned a bakery because these would be perfect to hang up in a bakery. And now we are moving on to my binder of 30 by 40s. Alright, so right here at the front we've got those abstract landscapes that I hated doing. I don't hate the images, I just hated doing them. This we've got abstract landscape number 1, 51st finish of all time, finished on May 7th. Abstract landscape number 3 was finished on January 29th, making it my 28th finish of all time. Abstract landscape number 4 was my 60th finish of all time, finished on June 22nd. Abstract landscape number 5 was finished on November 3rd of 2024, making it my 11th finish of all time. And then abstract landscape number 6 was my 41st finish of all time, finished on April 7th of 2025. I'm very glad to be done with these. Here we've got Peaceful Farm. It's my 23rd finish of all time, finished on January 14th of 2025. And right next to it, we have Turquoise Door, which was my 46th finish of all time, finished on April 26th. I used to really not like this one, but the more I look at it, the more I think it actually turned out okay. One of my favorites, but again, it's coffee themed, so my coffee station is already, the wall is full. I can't fit anything else there. I don't know what to do about it. This was a present from my roommate. I finished it on April 12th, and it was my 43rd finish of all time. Next to it, we've got Still Life Fruit, which was my 52nd finish of all time, finished on May 16th. There are 5 more in this set. I'm waiting to finish all 6 of them so that I can hang them upstairs in our kitchen. But until then, it's staying in this binder. Alright, and here we've got 2 from a set of 4. Again, I'm waiting to finish all 4 of them because they're going to be hung in my bathroom eventually. First one we've got here is Bohemian Summer, 47th finish of all time, finished on April 27th. And then Tropical Evening, 72nd finish of all time, finished on July 31st of 2025. Next we've got these 2. They're from the same image, from completely different sellers on Amazon. One is round, one is square. This one's square, this one's round. But they were my 54th and 55th finish of all time. This one was finished on May 26th of 2025. This one was finished on May 27th of 2025. I was working on them at the same time. I still can't decide which one I like better. Here we just got this very cute cow that I finished on July 10th of 2025, and it was my 65th finish of all time. And next up we've got also some of my favorites. I do need to hang these now, because I finished all 3 from this set. So this first one is Acadia, obviously. It's my 69th finish of all time, finished on July 21st of 2027. Then we've got Sequoia and Zion. Zion was my 31st finish of all time, finished on February 24th of 2025. And then Sequoia, so it was my 42nd finish of all time, finished on April 9th of 2025. Alright, and then next, we've got one from the same brand, like the same seller, but not from the same set. We've got 2 more New York ones that I need to do. And this one I just finished last month. My 73rd finish of all time finished on August 20th of 2025. This one was also just finished last month. Finished on August 26th, and making it my 74th finish of all time. And then we've got this pink dinosaur, which I still need to paint the edges of to hang up next to the other two dinosaurs that I have in my toddler's room. It was my 75th finish of all time, finished on August 20th. Yeah, those are all of the ones that I've yet to hang up or do anything with. And now, I'll actually show you sort of around my house. Okay, we're gonna start here with the very first diamond painting that I ever did. These two actually came in a set that I bought at the same time that I bought a handful of other diamond paintings, and these ones came in first. So, I first started on this one and was letting my wife work on this one. They did not come with a multi-placer, so all of that 310 color blocking in the background, I started off with a single placer doing that. And then a few days after I ordered these, my mom was like, "Oh, you're into diamond painting now? Here are some old diamond paintings I have." And she brought over some old kits she had, and one of them had a 3-placer in it. So those were done with a single placer and a 3-placer. And this ended up being my first finish of all time. I finished it September 10th. And then later, because my wife got bored of doing this one, I finished it for her, and it ended up being my 4th finish. I finished it September 26th. If we move to this very cute panda one up here, this is still, to this day, one of my favorite diamond paintings ever. It's one that I also ordered at the same time as these two, and it was my 3rd finish of all time, finished September 16th. And then this panda, he had a lot of confetti in him, but I love him. Pandas are my favorite animals. Shockingly, I'm pretty sure these are the only panda diamond paintings that I have, which I need to fix that. Either way, this was my 9th finish of all time, finished October 25th of last year. And then this guy, which I called Moonlit Gazebo, I actually added a beast to him. You probably can't tell. It's a very blurry piece, which is why I have it so far away and up in the corner, because it looks better when it's farther away. But it was my 14th finish, finished on November 30th of 2024. And then we're going to jump down to these, which are the Art Supplies Mini Dazzles from Diamond Art Club. And I finished these on March 9th of this year, and they were my 35th finish of all time. I really like these guys. I like the Mini Dazzles, and this was a good set because it actually had like a good range of colors. A lot of the Mini Dazzles, it's like very like centered on one color. Like the plants, it's mostly green, whereas this Art Supply set had a ton of colors, and it was a good time. If we go back up to this set though, that's the museum edition from Paint Gem, and there's actually only 8 of the 10 pictures. I just chose my favorite 8. If I can find the other 2, I will take pictures of them and put them off to the side. But these were my 24th finish of all time, and I finished them January 16th of this year. I really like them. They were fun. I specifically like doing the composition one, but I like the mini kits, both from Paint Gem and Diamond Art Club. They're all a good time. Now, if we go up here above my window is this very long New York skyline. I really love the way this one turned out. It was my 12th finish of all time, and I finished it November 21st of 2024. The only thing about it is it had really atrocious and obvious guide circles. And I found out doing it that I really hate guide circles. I think it would have been better if I'd had a light board to do it on, because I didn't have a light board at that point in time. But I think that would have helped. I do really like the finished product though. My wife grew up in New York, so I got it because of her. And she likes it too. And it fits nicely above our window. But now, let me pan the camera so you can actually see the diamond paintings I have on that wall. So over here, I will start by pointing out all of the diamond paintings that my toddler has done. I just use Dot Stick from Diamond Dots. and then let him use all of my trash drills, and it used to entertain him for hours. Now I'm lucky if it keeps him busy for like 3 minutes, but those are his diamond paintings. Looking at this one, which is honestly kind of hard to see what it is, but it's like a wave with a bright sun in the background. And it was my 6th finish of all time, finished on the 4th of October of 2024. And then right below it, we've got this very blurry, pixelated bookshelf. There are a lot of details in the original image that just would not fit on that size. I still like the finished result, and especially up on the wall, I think it's fine. And this is my 8th finish of all time, and I finished it on October 14th. Moving up to this guy, this was my first, like, bigger than 30 by 40. So this size I would consider medium. This was my first medium kit that I ever did, and just has this gorgeous Aurora Borealis and these mountains and very, like, zoomed out view. This was my 5th finish of all time, finished September 29th of 2024, and I really like this one. Even to this day, I love it. And right below it, we've got my 10th finish of all time, and I finished it October 28th of 2024. Got these sakura trees, this big valley, this moon in the background, very pink, matches with this vibe very well. And below that, we've got the Space Edition number 1 from Paint Gem. And these were my first, like, non-budget ones that I ever did, and my first squares. And they were my 26th finish of all time. And I finished them December 13th of 2024. I actually love all of them. Every single one of those. They're gorgeous. And still on the space theme, we're going to move up to these guys. So this is Westerlund 2, which is either a nebula or galaxy or something. I should know, but I'm not entirely sure. And it was my 15th finish of all time, finished December 13th. And then this one is the Carina Nebula, which was my 20th finish of all time, finished December 31st. And this one I actually was the first one I did of all of these. So this is the Helix Nebula. It's actually the same as this guy. That's also the Helix Nebula. This is the Helix Nebula, and definitely my favorite of these three. But it was my 13th finish of all time. Finished November 25th of 2024. And then, again, we've got more space stuff right below it. If we start with this guy, this astronaut on his phone, was my 29th finish of all time. And I finished it February 3rd. And then next to him, we've got this guy just floating out in the middle of nowhere. He's probably my favorite of these three. And I finished him March 29th. And so he was my 39th finish of all time. And then back to this guy, astronaut sitting on a boat, was my 32nd finish of all time, finished February 28th of 2025. I love them all. I like the space theme I've got going on the wall, which is kind of broken up by this guy, but that's okay. It's fine. This guy, though, was a Christmas present from my wife, and it's actually gorgeous. It had more confetti in it than I was expecting when I started doing it, but the colors, I think, are really good in it, even though they don't go with the other colors on this wall. I feel like the rendering was good, even if it was confetti heavy. I think it fits the sakura blossoms and everything. And this was my 36th finish of all time, which was March 19th that I finished that one. And then jumping down to this guy, which was my 44th finish of all time, finished on April 22nd of this year. And this one had actually been in my stash for a really long time. When did I buy this? So I had bought this one back in October, back when I had first barely started diamond painting, but then it's out of my stash forever. And for a long time I thought I wouldn't ever get to doing it, but once I actually did it, I really enjoyed it. And I add some, I think, white ABs, I think 5200. to like this rim. I believe those are bees. Though this one is probably almost certainly my favorite on this wall, and this one I just finished recently. Yeah, this one I finished just back on June 16th. So very recently, and I added a ton of ABs. So if you want to go watch my June month in review, then I actually talk about this one more in depth. The rendering was so good. Like, I'm convinced it must have been hand rendered. Like, that it was such a good mix between color blocking in the background in the books, and then confetti and all these plants and flowers and stuff. Gorgeous. I love how it turned out, and it was so much fun to do, and so much fun, and like an easy piece to bling up with ABs because just books and pots and stuff. And it was my 66th finish of the year. So yeah, that is all of that wall. So now I will turn you one more time to look at my next wall. I've only got a handful over here, starting with this one of the sun and the moon, which was my 27th finish of all time, finished on the 26th of January of 2025. It had a lot of 939 in the background, which I won't complain about. 939 is my favorite DMC, and I like that one a lot. And back here we've got Warm Witch by Ivy Dollamore from Diamond Art Club. It was one of the first Diamond Art Clubs that I actually did, and she's gorgeous. I love her. I love Ivy Dollamore. But this was my 37th finish of all time, and I finished it on March 25th of 2025. And then right here, we have got Modern Witch by Sasha Arts, which I finished just back in June. So I finished this one June 30th, and it was my 64th finish of all time. And my wife specifically requested that I put her here so that when we open this door, the two of these, they can kiss. And over here, above my coffee station, we've got, to this day, one of my favorite diamond paintings still. It's just little, but this is just the cutest little coffee cup in front of this retro radio with letters on top. It was my 17th finish of all time, finished on December 18th. And then around it, we've got coasters that I got from my roommate as a birthday present that are all coffee themed. That they're too small to fit my coffee mugs on them, so it just made more sense to hang them up. And these were my 48th finish of all time, finished on April 28th of this year. I think my favorite's this one, but I also like this guy. I like all of them. And they just, coffee station, so of course I'm gonna put coffee stuff above it. And then over here, we've got the first large size diamond painting that I ever did. It was my 19th finish of all time, finished on December 30th of 2024. I had rushed to make sure I finished it by the end of the year, and I love this one. It's got a ton of confetti, but I think that really suits the parchment look of this map. And honestly, it fits so well on this wall, and I love the aesthetic of it. I wish I could find more like this. I would totally do more maps, except that I don't need 100 maps in my house. And here we've got all the different magnet sets that I've done. I love doing the magnet sets, but as you can see, I do not have space for any more. I could put them on the bottom of the fridge, but then my toddler would definitely play with them, and he already tries to eat the food ones. But the first ones that I ever did were these Christmas ones. I gave a bunch of them to my sister as a Christmas present, so I've only got a handful here. But they were my 18th finish of all time, finished on December 27th of 2024. And then very shortly after, I did these flower and plant ones with my siblings and cousins and some of my friends while they were in town over Christmas break. And we finished them on the 1st of January of 2025, and they were my 21st finish of all time. And then that same month, I got all of these food ones, which ended up being my 26th finish of all time, finished on January 23rd of 2025. I really do love the magnets, and I really do want more. And I do have a whiteboard upstairs that I could put more on, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Ow. This is gonna be the most awkward angle in this whole video because we're in the middle of this tight hallway, all just for one set of diamond paintings. These are the Herbs and Medicinal Plants Mini Dazzles from Diamond Art Club. They have a lot of green. I got kind of sick of green when I was finished doing them. But they were my 40th finish of all time, finished on March 31st of 2025. And I do like how nicely they fit between these two doors. This is just my laundry room and like our utility/storage closet. And here we've got what is, of course, the largest diamond painting I have ever done, with over 140,000 drills, which is Plant Delivery by UA Art from Diamond Art Club. This was my 56th finish of all time, and I finished it on May 28th of 2025. And I love her. I love Kiki's Delivery Service. I love Ghibli. I love this little Totoro guy. It's gorgeous. It took forever, and I'm so proud of it, and I feel like it fits on this wall very well. Over here, I've got one of the custom diamond paintings that I've made for my wife. It's just an AI-generated image that I used Stitch Art to render, and she was my 25th finish of all time, finished on January 18th of 2025. I really like her. I think she turned out really nice. I like the turquoises and the pinks in the background. And more importantly, my wife likes her. So, now in our bathroom, we've got what was officially my first Diamond Art Club kit that I ever did. And these were Trees and Leaves Mini Dazzles. They were my 30th finish of all time, finished on February 22nd of 2025. Mainly, I just love this one. This is why I got this set. And the bonsai tree. The rest, same issue with the Herbs and Medicinal Plants. Lots of green. This is actually the first canvas that I ever worked on my channel. And I challenged myself to do this massive thing all in 1 month. So I started on the 1st of February and finished it on the 28th of 2025. And it is my 33rd finish of all time. And I did add some ABs here and some crystals, rhinestones, and some other parts on this canvas. And it's still one of my favorites. I don't have an easy way to record a video of these because they're practically on my ceiling, but these I consider to be one finish. These are all custom diamond paintings based off of the Epic the Musical album covers. They were my 38th finish, finished on March 28th of 2025. This here I just finished recently as a birthday present for my toddler. It is a height chart, and I finished it on June 28th of 2025, making it my 62nd finish of all time. Here we've got two of the dinosaur diamond paintings I've done. So this one over here is the Red Dino. I finished that on May 5th of 2025, making it my 50th diamond painting of all time. I didn't realize that was my 50th. That's kind of cool. And then this blue guy I finished on July 20th of 2025, and it was my 67th finish of all time. And I added ABs to both of these, so the red one has his spots are ABs, and this blue one's horns are ABs. And then this one here was actually the first custom diamond painting I ever did, and I finished this one on September 14th. It was my second finish. Yes, the second diamond painting I ever did was a custom. This is a picture of my toddler from the day that we got to bring him home from the NICU. So this one is definitely special to me, and the only diamond painting I actually have in a proper frame. I want to redo this one at some point because this one's just computer rendered. So now that I know more about like how to hand render and stuff, I think it'd be cool to redo. So yeah, those are all of the diamond paintings that I managed to complete in the past year. I'm looking forward to this next whole year of diamond painting, and I've really enjoyed this hobby. It's helped with my mental health a lot. It's just been entertaining. I've never stuck with a hobby this long, ever. From first starting off with budget kits to now having done stuff from different like premium companies, exploring the different accessories, I didn't talk a ton about the different accessories I've used just because, I don't know, that I feel like that would have like doubled the length of this video, and I'm certain it's already extremely long. I'm looking forward to doing this hobby for as long as it keeps being entertaining to me, which hopefully is a long time. So thank you everyone so much for watching, especially for those people who've been watching since like I started. I love being a part of this community. It's just really, really awesome. So thank you. Go ahead and like, comment, tell me how long you've been diamond painting for, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more stuff from me, and I will talk to you guys in another video. Bye!